Hi guys, I hope everybody's well. I hadn't planned to shoot a video. It's a Sunday. However, God is moving and I felt led to share. Firstly, I'm at 500 views on the channel. That's in all my videos. So I'm quite happy about that. I'm sure some of you are thinking, what's 500 views? But honestly, I think it's a massive achievement in that I never started this channel for any accolades, but I also remember thinking when God led me to start filming, I couldn't think what I had to share that would be of any interest to anyone, i.e., what don't they already know? So the fact that people have watched, um, clearly there is something. So thank you, and I will continue to share where I can. But today I'm also filming because God was moving this morning, and after said incident, I remember thinking, I need to tell someone. And God was like, I don't know why God turned into a whole Nigerian uncle this morning, but he was like, share now. I gave you the channel to share, so share now. So he's right. Um, I have come here to share. So this morning I had an eyebrow appointment this morning, and I left home to make my way, but I was going to stop at one of the local bigger stores en route so that I could grab a few bits. So I left early. They open probably an hour earlier than most shops on a Sunday, so I thought get in there at opening and then I'll have time before I move on to my eyebrow appointment. So I drive into the car park. Tell me why it's ram. Tell me why everyone had the same idea and the car park is ram, not a parking space. So I circle, and as I'm circling, I can see the till area and it's packed. And I'm thinking, even if you do find a space, you're not going to get in, get out, and get to your eyebrow appointment on time. So I left it. I went on to my eyebrow appointment, caught up with, my lady, and eyebrows done, and left. So I thought, swing by on the way back, see how busy it is, and yeah, take it from there. So on the way back, I stop in again, and although the car park's busy, it's a little bit more doable. Saw a guy filling his boot, so I just said, "Are you going to be moving?" He said, "Yep, give him a couple of minutes, no probs." And I waited, parked, and I've gone into the store. So it's a big store, so you're 20 plus aisles, and I'm not even two aisles in, and as I'm pushing the trolley, I can hear some shouting going on. It's coming from the till area. And as I come around to pass where you would be able to see the till area, there's a guy shouting at a woman, telling her how rude she is. And they're going at it. Another lady's got involved and she's telling him to, pipe down, and he's still going on. So I'm looking, but I didn't feel led to intervene, and I carry on with my trolley down to the next aisle. But me being me and not being able to shush my mouth, I'm like, "Ugh, don't you love a little bit of Christmas spirit?" And the other people in the aisle start laughing. And an older lady, she's like, "Don't you just?" And she goes, "Honestly, it really bothers me. People have real problems." And I said, "Exactly that." And we get the talking, and she goes on to tell me that is her own grandson had an accident some months ago where he'd lost his legs. And I stop and I ask her to tell me about it, and she proceeds to tell me, and she's fighting back the tears. And she said that he fell under a tube and he's lost two legs and an arm. And I ask how he is in terms of physically, is he on the mend? She says he is. And then I said, how is he mentally? And she says he has good days and bad days, and he has some friends around him, and they're getting through. So I said, send my love, and that I'll be praying for her and her family because it's not easy. We're going into the Christmas season, but I'll be praying for her. And we chat for about 5 minutes, and we're talking, and I just send my condolences, and I just, and I'm ministering to her, but she's also ministering to me, and we give each other a massive hug, and a kiss, and I said, you know, all the best. And my parting words to her were, do you see what the enemy means for evil? God will always turn around for good. Because the reality is, I said, had that guy not been kicking off, we wouldn't have had that encounter. We wouldn't have spoken. And she said exactly that. And we gave each other another hug and we went off. And I grab my bits, I get what I need, but I'm literally just moved in the spirit after that, because there was so much to learn in that moment. And as I said, she was ministering to me too, because as I've shared before, I have a 17-year-old who we've had a little bit of a tetchy relationship of late. And he had stayed with my mum for a little while, but he's home now. And just some of his little ways of, you know, just the little things, like even his cleanliness and tidying, where his gran is a little bit more laxed about things, I'd been a little bit triggered. So even that lady sharing that with me, it was like, don't sweat the small stuff. And yes, we can talk about those people arguing with each other who are not giving thanks to the small things, but she also ministered to me. And that's where we just serve this beautiful, faithful God who loves us so much that he will find the small ways. Because I definitely ministered to her. I felt it in her hug when she parted ways. And like I said, she was holding back tears. And I left, I got in my car, and immediately I wanted to share with someone because it was powerful. It was powerful. But God said to me, that's what the channel's for. Go and share with your channel. And I thank him for that too, because it's true. I could have called someone up this morning who's operating from a completely different space, not judging, but just what it is. And that story could have fallen flat. It could have fallen flat for whatever reason. So I'm glad that I got on here, even though it's not a day I would normally film and share with you guys. And I say that to say, let's be mindful in this season. Things do get busy. The shops are massively busy, especially if you're in a city like I am. And so let's just take that time to pause. Let's take that time to slow down. Let's take that time to just spread love. It's important. And then in our own situations, let's take our time and breathe through it. There's so much lessons to be learned. And when I got in the car, um, the song that was playing, you know, when the music starts, it just carries on from whatever was on before. And I think it was a Legacy Nashville, Brian Naira. He was singing, Your Presence is All I Need. But it was like it was coming towards the end of the song. So the instruments had gone down, but he's singing, Your Presence is All I Need. And as I'm hearing that, off the back of hearing that lady's story and just the encounter in itself, the tears came. The tears came because, yeah, it's real. And his presence is all I need. His presence is all we all need. But I just want to say, God bless that lady. God bless her family, her grandson. I pray to God for your swift healing, not just physically, but internally. The battle will be long, but just know we serve a faithful God and he will be with you throughout. And if somebody who knows him ever stumbles upon this video, it may not be now, it could be years from now, but I hope he's still going. I hope that they can share that with him. His name's Tom, he's 23. He fell under a tube or something like that. And yeah, this is real. And I pray that at some point you pick up your camera and you share, whether that be your faith journey, if ever you have one, or whether it just be your recovery and rehabilitation, because someone's going to need to see it. Whatever it is, I hope one day you pick up the camera and you share also. But I'll be praying for that family going into this Christmas season. I'll be praying for that family. But yeah, I just wanted to share that, guys. Listen, like I said, we are going into the season where we're meant to spend time with families. And gosh, families, as much as it's all filled with love, they're controversial too. So take a pause, bite your tongue if you have to, give thanks for what you do have, because so many people don't. And I know it sounds a little bit cliche, but it's real. And I just want to say thank you to God for opening my eyes. And this is just another example of when our hearts are postured to Him, He'll give us little things. Because she ministered to me as much as I ministered to her, trust me. The little things that have been triggering to me since my older son's been home, I can now take a pause. And I hadn't been reacting, but I remember feeling that I remember feeling my nerves a little bit more heightened today. And I say all this with the most transparency, because whilst it's great seeing someone going through a faith journey and getting all these wins, which I am in terms of my professional side and other things and finances, there's always going to be something. There's always going to be areas in your life that are going to be a struggle. But yeah, my senses were a little bit more heightened, and I was like, oh, if I get home and he's showered and he's left sat and down, I'm going to be so. Listen, that's trivial stuff. The fact that I have my son back home, the fact that he's still thriving in the things he wants to, we've all got to take a pause and work together and focus on what does actually matter. So yes, I hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend or has a wonderful rest of weekend. And hopefully I shall see you guys in the new week. But look after yourselves and take care. Bye bye.